Okay, Chris Cullen back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures. Yes, it's been a while. Um, been a long time, and of course, you guys know I had a heart transplant, had some health issues, but we're back in the saddle. We got a new place. We moved. I'm just showing you the backyard of where my pond is. Yes, I got a waterfall pond. As you can see, when I came to this house, the pond was neglected. We just planted some flowers. Unfortunately, some of these plants are probably going to die. Some leaves are dead, but you can see on this arrow plant, we got a new leaf coming up. So those two are probably dead, but it's mainly because in Pennsylvania we've had some abnormal cold weather. Been in the 40s pretty much all May, and we have goldfish in there. You can't really see them right now. I actually just I just cleaned the pond filter. As you could imagine, when we turned this pond on, there was a bunch of dirt and sediment. It hasn't been really clean in a while. I've actually got in there and I put some, the person living here before us was using chemicals to get the algae out of there. I don't use chemicals. So we decided to go the natural way, and we're using what they call pond filter pads. Pretty much what I use in the fish tanks, which I'll show you in a second. It's kind of like polyfill, but it's kind of like a mat. I can show you the filter real quick. But this is, as you can see, we're just getting started on this pond, so we're trying to get it clear. Like I said, I just cleaned out the pads. I put some pads up by the waterfall and down here. I'll show you what pads I'm talking about. If you're looking, this is the filter we have. Now I had to turn this into a fish filter or pond because they didn't have fish in it before. I put goldfish in there. There's 6 goldfish in there somewhere. Once we get this cleared up and I do more videos, we'll show you the goldfish. They're called feeder fish, but you know, I don't call them feeder fish. I call them goldfish. We rescued them at the Petco, or actually it was a local fish store we had around here. And we put them in here, and we're probably going to get about 6 more. One thing you got to be careful with goldfish is, if you look, I don't know if you can see them, but if you look closely in the rocks, you can see there's a bunch of tadpoles that, there's tree frogs right here. Those are tadpoles. I don't think they're bullfrogs, but we do have tree frogs around here. So that's what you see down there. And it's a inhabitant that's not normally in this pond. So the goldfish in these rocks, they hide in the rocks. I already saw them come out. They probably were hibernating because the temperature in this water is cold. So once the temperature gets better, they'll probably come out and you'll see more of them. I'm going to get some more. But as you can see, the waterfall, once the season's over, I'm going to redo this pond. A lot of these rocks around the edges, as you can see, the rocks fell into the water. You can see all the rocks in there. That's supposed to be a rock wall coming over the top of the pond. So we're going to fix that after the season's over. If it's cleaned up, like I said, I'm using these filter pans, kind of like polyfill. You can see them in the net. You can see them collecting out of dirt. Every couple of days, I'll rinse them out. Actually, every day I've been doing it. Mainly because it rained the other day, so a lot of the stuff that's on the bottom kicked up. There is a lot of dirt in this pond because we never really took it apart and cleaned it. But we're going to run this filter. We're going to keep on running these pads and keep washing them out until we get it to crystal clear. I had it crystal clear the other day. This is just from the rain, and I cleaned out the one up top there. I just wanted to use it to collect some dirt that was in the waterfall already. So that's why it's not as clear as it could be. You can see the water in here is clear. There's a couple of things, but I mean, pretty clear. And what I did in this pond, when I started the pond, you can see, I don't want to take it out because it gets dirty. If you look closely behind that water hyacinth underneath there, I put 3 bags of, I think 2 bags in the pond and 1 in the filter of lava rock. If you guys ever do ponds, if you look closely, there's some algae in here, but when I first got here, there was a bunch of algae. You can see the algae build up on there. And that's mainly because when I first got here, there was a bunch of algae, but what you could use lava rock. I use lava rock on my plants because of this the beneficial bacteria. You know, like I said, some of these plants are dying, but I think we started too early. And if you live in Pennsylvania, you know that the weather's been crazy, cold and windy and rainy. So some of these plants aren't doing that great, but I think once the water gets better and the summer gets better, you know, we start getting better weather, you'll see some more better growth. I'm not really too worried about it right now. If I got to replant them or whatever, we will. But you can see the backdrop of this house. And I'll go up the stairs and show you guys the pond. This is, like I said, we got to clean this up a little bit. We just moved here. I actually just cleaned this part out. All this algae that was in here, I scrubbed that all down. Look down there. We go up the top here. This is the top of the house. This is the house that we were inheriting from a lady, and I actually believe that Jesus sent me to this house. Anyway, if you're not religious, that's fine. But when you go through a heart transplant and you see, you go through a life near-death experience, your philosophy in life changes. But I don't want to get too involved with that. I'm a pretty positive guy. I'm just saying that this house is gifted to us. I've been having really good luck ever since the transplant, ever since I renewed my faith in Jesus. But anyway, this is the backdrop. This is the back of the house. You can see all the trees. In this house, it's on a golf course. We got lucky, but you can see the pond coming down here. I'll give you a better backdrop back here. If you come back, you look and you can see the backdrop, the trees around here. Got some privacy. But yeah, I mean, this is perfect for what I want to do. You know, I'm very happy with the pond. You guys see, you know, the water hyacinths, and I think all the rest of the plants will do better once the weather gets better. But they're starting to bloom. I did have a flower on the water hyacinth last week before I got down to the 40s. I think you'll see eventually over time they'll grow back. And I do want to change some things, and I do want to get, I saw an idea of a hula hoop, getting those water hyacinths in hula hoop. You can see the water lily is still early, young stages. The leaves are growing, so you'll see flowers not soon. So we'll do more videos and show you the progress of this pond. Now, of course, I changed this pond. It wasn't a fish pond. There are a lot of animals going there. Ducks going here, deer. We got all kinds of salamanders, frogs. So we have a bunch of animals that live in this pond, which is awesome. We live. If I could take you out, this is the front of the house. But if you look in my backdrop, this is what we look at. This is the mountains. So you see a lot of animals come through here. This is my block. This is where we live. You can hear the tree frogs right now, actually, if you listen. Anyway, this is, my wife has her plant boxes back there. But anyway, this is, I'm just showing you the pond and my new, we have pretty much a new lease on life. And I'm showing you the changes that we made. We're not in the townhouse anymore. This is our backyard. We're gonna be getting some landscaping done here soon. But this is the beginning stages of the pond. Like I said, I changed this over to a fish pond. So I changed the filters up here to make it better for beneficial bacteria to grow. That one down there I'm strictly using for, I'm putting my mechanical filtration down there. And we're collecting a lot of this debris into those filter pads, which are pretty much, like I said, polyfill. And it does get crystal clear. And whenever I do this, when I clean it, get a little bit of dirt, just like a regular fish tank. Get a little dirt, but over time, it'll clear back up. But you see, we got some plants, got a lot of nice growth back here. It's almost like a beautiful backdrop garden. Anyway, you see some of these plants growing up here on the side. We got some grass growing, but we have to get some landscapers in here to do that. I might do it this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. But you know, again, water hyacinths. We got the arrow plant, which are growing more leaves, more stems. The water lilies coming along. There's some plants over there in the waterfall. I got one here. I got one in the front of it, which is growing like crazy. We're very happy with that. But like I said, it's still early in the season, believe it or not. It's May. But we haven't had consistency in the 70s. We've been like 60s and low 50s and high 40s at night. So it's kind of weird. But we're going to be doing more videos and more content. So we'll be looking at this pond more often throughout the year. Like I said, what I did to change this was I changed what I was doing filtration wise. So mechanical filtration with the filter pads, and I'm using a lot of lava rock right now. Lava rock will help you get rid of algae too. It'll make your water, make all the beneficial bacteria grow on the lava rock. It's a very good thing to use if you have it. I use ceramic media in my tanks, but you could also use lava rock. Anyway, this is the backdrop. This is the rest of the backyard. As you can see, there's a fire pit here. I got my new barbecue. We haven't really sat out here yet. We're gonna have a barbecue soon, but we haven't sat out here yet. So we'll be doing. Like I said, we just moved here. We've only been here 2 weeks, so we got a lot of work to do. Still got stuff to put away, but that is what we're looking at. This is, I showed you the kind of the front of the house, but this is kind of the back. There are ducks that come here. I'm trying to be quiet because my neighbors are home. There's some ducks back here that come. They're like a male and female. Sometimes they go in the pond. A lot of times when it's too cold, they won't go in the pond. This is the rest of the house. This is the front of the house. As you can see, it's nice and landscaped. I did a lot of the weeding. We have to go through and do some more. But for the most part, everything's growing good. I got a lot of animals out here. This is the front of the yard. This is the front of the house right here. So, yep. So this is what we moved into. We kind of live in the basement, which I'll show you in a second. But this is the front of the house. As you can see, lots of privacy. And yeah, so we got Generac. But this is a nice house. It really is. Like I said, it's in a golf community. So if you play golf, it's a good place to go. As you can see, we have beautiful plants out here, trees. We'll have to go through and get a landscaper to do a lot of this other stuff. With my health condition, I can't do a lot right now. But, you know, I can do some stuff. I just saw some weeds that I missed. Anyway, this is pretty much the back of the house. And like I said, there's a lot of privacy. These trees were planted by the owner. And you can see this is down that way. I don't think there's any golf over here, but there's a field back there. But yeah, and that beautiful tree. But this is pretty much where we live back here. And I'm gonna do another video because the 15 minutes is almost up. But You see my cat's cat tree, and this is pretty much what we got going on back here. Speaking of ponds, another pond back here. We kept this pond. We got rid of the plants from last time, but this is pretty much this plant here. I mean, these plants I bought at the store too. You can see the same plants that I had out in that pond. They're doing great in here. And you can see it's funny because the way the plants grow that way. But there's white cloud minnows in here. This is on our backyard porch. Eventually, I'm going to be getting a TV up here. You can see the backyard back here. But we spent a lot of time back here. And it's kind of a little messy, but we got it planned out. We got some stuff we got to move. Cats come out here a lot. My one cat, Joey, comes out here. But this is what we look at. We have a nice summer. We're obviously going to get some kind of enclosure for this for the winter time. But yeah, this is where we live now. I got my deck pond in here, and I got the big pond back there. So we're set up, guys. It's awesome. We love it. And this is the beginning of a new day for us. So I just wanted to show you, get back into it. This will be the first video release. I'm going to do a video of the fish room, which I redid, and I will show you that on the next video. Remember, if you can't home them, rehome them. Isn't that what the saying was? It's been so long since I haven't done it. If you can't home them, or if you can't keep them, rehome them. I'll have to go back and look to see what the expression was. It's been so long. Anyway, see you guys next time.